to the presentation. I would really say much about this because of the but before we start, just let me make some introduction. First of all, welcome to our Vice President Professor. We also have our PhD from Tukuta, and there's also our Registra. And as I said, we have a team from Tukuta. I just have to see our so allows us to have our director. I think we've been concept. We have our IP manager, Mr. Mashoko. We have Jubilee, who is a credit assistant, and then we have the educators. So I think I'll give them time straight away to talk about the information.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Mr. General. Yeah. So working with GZU, we discovered that there has been a call recently for the innovation in the transformer and substation protection. So we looked at several measures that we could take to protect the transformer by all means. So we looked at how we can protect it from burning, maybe let's say the oil is depleting. Then when it's on overload, because sometimes it gets burned because it's on overload. We also looked at vandalism and theft, which is one of the issues that are really much on the market these days. So we had to produce an all-round protection method, which uses several methods that I will demonstrate. And we say with GZU, we cannot just take it to the market without working with ZESA directly. That's why we requested for you to come so that for it to be a market fit product, we work with you as the guidance on putting it to perfection. So we looked at oil level management or oil level monitoring. So I think I'll just do the demo. We use the sensor here, it's an ultrasonic sensor. So that module there is an improved version of this one. So oil level, like you know, in ZESA you use conductors and auto reclosers, but I use the contact as a power method. So maybe let's say the oil is set automatically to protect the transformer. Okay. Then maybe you will choose if you wanted to auto reclose when you refill the oil. For this version, we used auto reclose when you refill the oil. Okay. Just auto reclose automatically. Then we used two-phase. Yeah, we used two-phase. We could use three-phase, two-phase and three-phase. It's almost the same. So this unit will monitor the consumption per each line. So let's say the line is approaching overload. The system now has to tell you on the command center that there's a line which is approaching overload. Okay. We have realized that these days, or in the ancient times, we used to do trial and error. I don't know how you do it these days. Let's say you are planning on implementing a new line, like in these new setups. How do you do it? I don't know. But in ancient times, they used to just balance the houses. 5 houses here on blue phase, 5 houses in yellow phase, a phase balancing, yes. So I don't know how they do it these days, because I can have more gadgets than the next person. So if that person maybe is on yellow phase and on blue phase, but if I accumulate gadgets, I don't know if it's being monitored, or maybe you will realize it by these guys reporting that our phase is down, our phase is down frequency. But this system now has to keep telling you that this phase is approaching overload. Or let's say the whole transformer is approaching overload, because we know that transformers have capacity, because we cannot just implement a 1 megawatt for a second. We have to implement something which suits maybe which suits the potential size or seven. But if one person accumulates maybe 3 or 4 times the amount of gadgets, it means somehow we need to do festive balancing. I don't know how that's done. But this system now tells you if this phase is the one which is overloaded, or maybe the whole transformer needs an upgrade. Right. Then there comes a unit that can satisfy the whole security of a transformer area. We realize that theft is being done usually when there is no electricity. So when there is no electricity, we have to make sure that the whole transformer area is under surveillance, but not just surveillance. We also need to know who has been at that area, especially maybe let's say they know that you are going there for maintenance. The system has to clear you first. So we use the 2 cameras. One does image processing or image recognition, that's facial recognition. Then the other one does object detection. So at the moment it's saying access denied because it's seeing your faces. They are not registered yet. But if it sees my face, somehow it has to say welcome, say we tested the distance, it's around 6 or so meters, which means you can clear yourself at a distance. Right? So this object detection camera here, if it detects people who are not authorized, it has to report to the command center. So at the moment I had to put some delay on that. Let's say, because you have seen it has cleared me. So if it clears me, it gives me time. Let's say for example I'm doing maintenance. It gives me time to do maintenance. So at the moment I just put around 20 or so seconds. So if it realizes that I recognize faces while this camera is not clearing, okay. This one that's a local alarm. But on the remote it has to show as well the same thing that is being shown on the local alarm. Then what happens if someone known comes into the frame? Like for example, that's me again. Yeah, it has to clear. You get what I'm saying? So we did this to make sure that the transformer area is fully protected from intrusion of both animals and people. So I cannot go demonstrate my virtual boundaries that I had to do because it has to be on the vertical orientation. But we use another what we call virtual boundaries so that we can also protect even those transformers that are not fenced. But for this unit, if we work together through your advice and assistance, we could develop proper models that can fulfill exactly the transformer types that you have. But this one can accommodate for substations and transformers, I am sure. And yeah, I think that's basically what we have been working on with GZU, and we are ready to work with ZESA to implement it on a pilot, especially down here before anyone shouts about it.
Thank you very much. And I'm just realizing that I did a very big plan. I didn't give you time to introduce yourself. I am so sorry.
Thank you very much. Who's here? Shungu, the senior engineer for Mashoko province. Engineer Chiangwa is also resident in Mashoko. Cover the whole Who's here? Shungu. Yes. Who's here? Chiangwa. Yes.
As we share the room against that issue,
quite exciting, and I'm sure it will go a long way in saving a lot of money that we are using as an organization, using billions, especially due to vandalism. The vandalism aspect, that one is quite a big challenge to us. We are losing quite a lot. Vandals are coming after someone's taken over by the line. So I would like to believe this one is a positive step in the right direction to alleviate the challenges that we are facing. I have a question. How are you powering this one? Does it use AC or it use what form of power or something? There we have some remote areas where due to faults we can lose power for several days.
Okay. So we are using, like I said, for this one it's using backup. This is backup. This is the you can see after using sharp relays, you use them in ZESA to test maybe transporting faults, line and stuff. So this one we're using power bank. And I have demonstrated using power bank. It's now something which is set alone. But on that one it's using all these that's AC, but that's just a demonstration. But even the actual one will engage with something. Engage as a power bank. Or recharge the power bank.
If you happen to lose power, how long will that battery last you? Let's say there's no solar or ZESA to recharge. How long will that battery last?
Maybe just check the percentage that I have here, because I started with it, I think it's about 6 hours, it's about 4 hours so far. I got about 15% off, it's now on 8%. So maybe if we can calculate when it's 100%, maybe it can take us 3 or 4 days.
Okay.
Yeah. And I know with the coming in of solars, we can do something about solar as well. We can just put a solar panel that assist on that.
And we can mount it even in because our main challenge is probably the remotest cases. Yes. How is it followed of how itself being installed in this one vandalized the unit itself?
Or the unit itself. Yeah, it's right. There's a method that we implemented. I couldn't implement it here because with the knowledge that we have of relays, we use anonymous paper spray pump. But I don't know if they are allowed by law to use on living organisms, I mean living people, animals or something. But using paper sprays can protect the unit when someone approaches without clearing himself or herself.
Sprays
Exactly. As a deterrent. Yeah. So the same way this one is turned on, it's the same way we can use it in the paper spray pump.
GS based in areas where there is no knowledge, it's GS based.
Right. We developed 3 models. One uses what we call CPE, customer point equipment. CPE can allow us to stream what's happening on the field where we are. Then the other one which uses LoRa. LoRa we had to construct a LoRa network, but LoRa so far is limited on distance, on range. We use cheaper LoRas that can go for around 2 or 3 kilometers. So let's say we just want to secure Mashoko. Within those kilometers, maybe we find a LoRa that secures 15 kilometers. Everything will be no internet needed. It can work without internet needed. But CPE is the ultimate solution. It's a bit expensive. Not expensive on the compared to the quality of the product. Because CPE can allow you to stream at 300 or so megabits. So CPE is the ultimate solution. And if need be, we can construct it using CPE. But the method that I tested out, they say it's LoRa and Wi-Fi.
So what about the transformer in connection with the straight core?
Yeah.
This is not transformer in connection.
Right. Gonarish we can use CPE. Your CPE can cover the one area. Like CPE, those antennas, the big antennas.
It will be able to send signals real time.
Real
Someone
time.
else in
Exactly.
Okay.
You can stream.
Okay.
you check these days, people are using CPE to share Starlink. If I have Starlink here, I can use CPE to share Starlink with my friend. Yeah. So I think if we work together on that, maybe we can just implement using CPE.
Okay. And then it sends the signal on the central system. Will there be someone monitoring or it sends an alarm to someone?
Right, I could remove the actual unit that was supposed to be here, but it sends, using CPE, it comes straight on the dashboard. It's not expensive to employ someone who monitors the dashboard. At least one person at a time. I think it's workable. Because one dashboard can monitor multiple substations. So I don't think it will be expensive to employ one person who will monitor. But if we are using LoRa, there was a unit that receives and there is an alarm on that block, so that maybe when there's no one in the office, we can just attend it.
ZESA people, employees, their numbers can also be added to that list of.
With the phone numbers? Yes, exactly.
And during the night, how do you shower condition?
Right. This camera that I use doesn't have IR. It's not infrared camera, but it's now a common camera. They are my IR cameras. I think it's not visible, but it will be. In a way, one has to be IR cameras, they are not very expensive. They're just common in the price. The gel bullet one, it goes around 8 or so.
8.
8.
So per substation, you just need how many? Per substation, how many cameras do you need?
The substation, so far we are using 2. One for the clearance, then the other one for object detection. Object detection, we can put it like maybe on that top there, you can monitor the wall. So I consider this room is the wall transformer area. It doesn't have to notice the actual face of the person when it's monitored. Because I think I elaborated on that. But that camera for object detection is responsible for seeing animals and people, detecting objects only, not faces. But this one for face clearance or for facial recognition, it's responsible for clearing you. So it has to be. You have to be close on that one, at least 6 meters close. Yeah.
Okay, so I think let me take you a little bit for overall protection. You said it monitors the power bar being drawn in each
Fence.
So you need to know for every transformer.
Yes. What is going to use in to measure the power?
Alright, sorry, let me just check this one.
The cities.
Yeah, so this is the biggest city that you can use. Then we use announced MAFUSIRE in Kato. So PISM to measure the city.
I don't see those cities here.
Right.
Okay, maybe also just for interest sake. From what is Nika substitute game, how much do we have to invest for one unit?
Right, for one unit, so far our cost of building that about 600 dollars. But of course, as GZU might also want to make profit out of it. So the unit itself, those are the components that we use, around 600 dollars. Then the software and licensing we will discuss. I think that's pretty much it. We didn't use much expensive equipment to shoot that one. But the only thing that will change is the quality of the camera. The one that we'll be using for facial recognition, we might need to use something that can add around $100 or so. So that we can use the premium range camera.
skeletal that's where the cables then run actually. So I'm not supposed to check the cable here for each year before we are so clear with the budget. That's also another issue that we have. And then the issue could be what we transform. I'm not sure that postcode let's say I'm about transformer mass. And also the beer magic. Yes, we are putting some cases, but in another one, we will need some ways to bypass that. But the issue here, the paper spray, when I was zero, or
Alright, yeah, paper spray, there are means to kushanda so far, but functions of decision. There are chemicals, functions of offenders. You get that? So we could use that, but that's why I was saying we seek to understand is it allowed by the law. The point that is maybe passing global growth so yeah, if you know mosquitoes how they work, you know what is also one pump, several nozzles. It still works, I think. Because one pump then we do a pipe, you know, four nozzles around the wall, the wall pole, yeah. Because remember I said we are going to use my visual bonders. Before you actually get into that boundary, it's not only pastoral defense. System meaning you don't teach that you are not cleared. So like the moment you get closer, it means that if it's paper spray, it is spray. So maybe you to spray around it, something like that. If it's that thing you are not offenders, or don't go offend that.
Yeah, I think it will also need to include members of the community, especially those who send them as so that at least for our purpose, because the junior and junior version is transformed from yeah, but also I think you might need to also maybe add a different scale in case the paper screen doesn't work on the person and cash. You might need to just add something else to wait out
Alright, local alarm plus the light is not sufficient still. Was an alarm and function is not the actual alarm that we're going to use. Up and the
this might work, let's say, close to it. Or I need to think of that specifically, what needs to be done. Because this one for a populated area, people who know but we the transformer is very isolated. It's not going to anyone close to it. We need to think what needs to be done. Alright. So now we also respond that it might take a little bit more time than allowing it out.
It's an ultrasonic sensor. So yeah, on this version now, combat options are really waterproof. This one. So this one is really waterproof, which it can a small seal, then the employee set then it seals again. If it's allowed, yes. But couldn't remember it's expensive along the external ultrasonic sensor. But hey, yeah. But I think ZESA is okay, yeah, so maybe we could use raw shots and external signal, but for test we couldn't bring that. It's a bit expensive. which uses the same concept, the same concept. If you check, this one is an improved version of the one that we used in this concept. Yeah, so maybe it's an ongoing upgrade. We'll be using the one that that uses that doesn't give us. So we need a central CPE, kind of central or managing CPE, and then we to various CPE, Chiangwa power jet. Then we configure it such that it's just working like Wi-Fi, but it's working like point-to-point Wi-Fi. So that the CPE one, point-to-point, is online, not locally, because I think it's a very new technology. It's going for around $80. Point to one set. So if I need point to multi-point, then it means we just be adding to my units on top of the $80.
And what's the range?
Point. Like I said, you can cross or like Bay Bridge to Calcutta. It's long range. But of course, I'm cheaper than our and my price is $80.
Does it take inputs? Does it take inputs from other, let's say, areas? Does it also take those inputs and transmit them? Let's say to the center.
Yes, CPE manual, it's just like that's the Wi-Fi. You wouldn't because of a unit you, but unit you are not involving it. So there will still be a monitoring unit, then it transmits the data via CPE.
Thank you very much. Any other concerns?
Don't ask me, I'm blind. I'm sure from the explanation, it's a good innovation, which I think if we work together with you guys, it can be improved for the betterment of our country. You are the customer, you know more better about your problems. So I think what we need now is to work closely so that this can be improved and then be deployed so that ZESA can use it. For sure, I've heard you talking about CPEs, CPMs, LoRa, which you understand better. So I'm sure if we can work together, we can perfectize this for the betterment of ZESA and for the betterment of our country.
Mine is rather administrative. I'm saying my question is rather administrative. Just to find out if this presentation is going to be made to anyone else other than yourselves, and when that can be done, so that whatever improvements are going to be done, they are going to be done in consultation with whoever later, rather than aspect having worked with you with an escalated to someone else.
Yes, we are going to be sent to our head office. They are the ones who are escalating these kinds of programs. They couldn't be here, so they were supposed to be part of this. So they requested that
you happy with the innovation?
Yes, very much. Very much. Very much. It's quite exciting.
So what needs to be done now?
Keep quiet. Yes, we really think they will fail. Because after they've done and we've signed, then we can go to town.
Yes. It's okay. This is, I think these are the kinds of innovations that we are expecting, especially because you find that we can innovate, but we have some challenges in terms of finding the market. Right. But when we work with the industry, with the organizations directly, they are our customers, so it becomes easier now for us to do technology transfer. Right. And then it becomes also manageable to protect our IPs. Because IPs are expensive, but when we fail to find the market, it becomes a problem. But however, in relation to IP issues, we are already working with the innovator to come up with the documents. So as we are now waiting for the feedback from ZESA and the other documentations have been approved, signed, I think we are going to do our part in terms of protecting the innovation.
Thank you very much, ZESA, for coming. Because what innovations we bring on this should answer national problems, societal problems. We don't just innovate for the sake of doing innovations. Yes, so as GZU, we want to work together with you to solve these problems. As you are losing millions and millions of dollars through vandalism through ZESA property improvement. Thank you very much for coming. Yes.
And of course, there is what we are discussing is protecting the people of the